Well, now, BBC One, 30 minutes of baffling fun for the players in another game of Blankety Blank.
And appearing tonight on Barry Cryer, Noel Gordon, Larry Grayson, Roz Hanby, Alfred Marks, Anita Harris. And here's your host on Terry Wogan.
And welcome to another half hour of wholesome family fun. A merry band of... Thank you. A merry band of japers join us yet again. Barry Cryer.
Good evening, Terry.
Not you again.
Yes, I like the suit. Whose is it?
I'm wearing it for a bet. Noel Gordon. Honestly.
Thanks for the job.
A throbbing heart of showbiz. Yes, that's what they call him, Larry Grayson. No, I don't like him either. And then from a poster somewhere, Roz Hanby. Welcome, Roz, and Alfred Marks. I suppose you think being this heartwarming comes easy. Now, Margaret and Graham. Hello, Margaret.
Hello.
Margaret, what's your surname?
MacDonald.
Margaret MacDonald from where?
Hazelmere in Bucks.
Oh, it's nice to have an infusion of glamour. What do you do? You're a housewife?
I'm a housewife, but I work part-time in a wine bar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have any hobbies?
I knit.
A needlewoman.
I like it.
Graham, what's your surname?
Oldham.
Graham Oldham. From where?
Cannock in Staffordshire.
Cannock and Staffs, and what do you do?
Fireman.
Good.
In the Staffordshire Library.
Where else? And what do you do in your spare time?
Well, I'm after your job, actually. I'm in hospital radio.
Well, when Jimmy Young passes on, which won't be long now.
When will that be? That's the right,
Yes.
isn't it?
He seems to have a quality of deathlessness about him. One of the undead. You may well take his place. Margaret and Graham. Margaret, toss beforehand. Who won it?
I won the toss.
And are you
I'm
going to go
going
first?
Yes.
That's very plucky of you. A or B?
A.
A. So it is. Now, lads, attention here, because it hasn't gone awfully well so far. The landlord of the Grapes and Loincloth said... People think I make these up, you know, I don't. I wish I'd never started those ploughmen's lunches. The car park's full of blanks. Easy now, Margaret, don't lose your cool. The landlord of the Grapes and Loincloth said, I wish we'd never started those ploughmen's lunches. The car park's full of blanks. Shine your little lights. Alfred?
Oh, yes, indeed.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. The first question. The landlord of the Grapes and Loincloth said, Margaret, I wish we'd never started those ploughmen's lunches. The car park's full of...
Farms.
Farmers?
Yeah.
Why not farmers? Farmhands.
Dear.
Oh, come
Margaret,
along, Barry.
Margaret.
It's a smart answer to a smart question.
It's not very funny, this answer. So
What else is
I'll do
new?
that.
Flowers?
Well, it's logical. Has a
Do you think so?
Your gaze is unnerving me.
Your nose was unnerving me.
Yes.
Noel Gordon.
Would you like me to leave now?
Oh, no, no. Things are bad enough. Trousers.
I don't see that, do you?
The car park's full of trousers.
Grapes and loin.
Grapes and
Great.
wine. It's a logical answer.
Oh, Nolly, it isn't then.
No, no, no.
Trousers.
No, you mustn't pick on her
Oh,
because...
Nolly,
no,
you're
she
worse than
cried.
Doris Lou.
She cried the last time.
Don't start me off.
Now,
Oh,
don't start her
David,
off, please.
I
You
mean-
know what she's like.
Pardon?
You know what she's like when she
I
gets
do.
started?
I don't. Nobody else does. I mean, trousers, though, of all things.
Horses.
What's got to do with it?
The car park is full of farmers. That's what we're looking for. Roz Hanby, I know that if, you know, it's your first program, I know you're going to get off to a bright start.
Yes, yes.
Because you probably, you've got, oh, yeah.
It's not.
Isn't it? No, it's
not.
completely wrong. Alfred Marks, though, will soon change things.
Well, you see, if you're serving ploughmen's lunches, you presume the ploughmen are going to come. What would they park in the car park but
Ploughs?
I nearly put down pickled onions, but...
Why not?
Why not?
Be no sillier than anything else we've got. Horses. We got horses and ploughs.
Margaret.
It's no more than you'd expect from that crew. Graham. Graham, it's Graham.
You forgot then, didn't you?
I did, yes. This is no way to get on, Graham.
Sorry.
Margaret has no points, but you may end up with a minus quantity. And no checkbook and pen. I can be edgy too. In the bull ring, Carlos says, and here we go with a bit of the old character part. Okay. This matador.
No, do it Spanish.
Very good.
This matador is a little too confident. Not only does he throw the senorita his hat, he throws her his blank as well. Okay?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Now, fun. Stop asking intelligent questions. It'll get you nowhere on this show. Taking an intelligent interest never got anybody anywhere on Blankety Blank.
That's true.
In the bull ring, Carlos said, this matador is a little too confident. Not only does he throw the senorita his hat, he throws her his blank as well. He's a little too confident. Would you mind not blowing your nose on it? No. When I appear on the Generation Game, I don't blow my nose, and I don't expect you to blow yours on mine. If you don't mind.
Lovely eyes. You know, lovely eyes.
Do you mean that?
The wig's nice, too.
God, I'm sick. What a rotten thing to say to Noel. Oh, dear.
Cut and thrust.
Oh, yes, the anybody
Oh,
knows.
yes.
An equipage. Are we all right?
I've forgotten the plot.
I've forgotten the question. In the bull ring. Graham.
Still Graham, yes. Still.
Not again. In the bull ring, Carlos said, this matador's a little too confident. Not only does he throw the senorita his hat, he throws out his blank as a well.
Cape.
Cape.
The
Oh, well,
Cape.
yes. I think that's a sight too clever for this crowd, but we'll see. Huh?
Oh,
Yes.
Still got it.
yes. The
Still-
legs are usually the first to go.
They are, so they say. In my case, not.
No,
Something else.
legs like yours are few and far between.
How did you know that?
You can't see the join. No, I
Oh,
thought he was
good.
so overconfident he threw her his ear, you
Easy,
see.
no.
But it's
no.
the ear of the ball.
No, you got it all wrong. You're a failure, Cryer.
I know.
An abject, whinging failure.
And self-taught.
No, Gordon, I know I can expect an intelligent... If you don't get this right, no, you probably will never work anywhere else again. Thank heaven! She's got it right. Now, Larry, here's a chance for Larry to show just how silly he
Well,
can be.
I was very near. Well, I wear one myself most of the time.
Bullfighters don't have shawls.
Pardon?
Bullfighters, they don't have shawls.
The one I know does. I think that one
Well,
out.
it's all very funny, Graham, but you've only got 1 point so far. Ross Handy.
I was nearly as much of a failure as Barry because that's what I put
No.
initially. But then you said it was his.
Yes.
And I know he didn't, so I put that.
Okay. Well done, Ross. Good girl. Alfred Marks,
Well, I've
doyen
played
of
it.
Cafe Society.
I've played it safe, you see.
Of course you
Just
have.
in case.
Cape and sword, and he would have put more for the That's true. Anita Harris looking suitably smarmy because she probably got it right. Why are you grinning in that silly way?
Because I think you're lovely.
Because you got it right. Well, that's 4, so I'm afraid, Margaret, good looks don't count for anything here. Now,
Well, I
A
have
or B?
B.
B? This time, Margaret.
Yes.
Doing our best for Margaret here. Straining every nerve and sinew, attempting to help Margaret. Otherwise, thick ears. Hi.
Yeah.
I went to the Congo once, but I've never been back. Not since an angry-looking witch doctor shook his blank at me. I went to the Congo once, but I've never been back. Not since an angry-looking witch doctor shook his blank at me. There's always a hint in the question. And I think in this case, The hint is probably Congo. No, couldn't be. Witch doctor. Get in your mind, or what passes through your mind, a mental picture of a witch doctor.
Yes.
And then you'll know what I'm on about.
Well, I think I've got it.
Many of us have suspected that for a long time. Anita Harris. Okay, everybody's ready. Margaret. Oh, God. Margaret. I went to the Congo once, but I've never been back. Not since an angry-looking witch doctor shook his...
Shrunken head?
His shrunken head? Yes, his shrunken head. Well, what does his knob carry, it could be. Yes, it could.
I wish you well to wear it.
In good health.
Well, if he shook his shrunken head, that would have a skull in, and the skull is made up of many infinitesimal...
No.
No.
We're looking for a
bones.
shrunken head, and we need to get some points fairly quickly.
Sorry, Margaret.
Yeah, it's the old witch doctor, shrunken heads.
I thought it was rhyming slang.
Shuck. These bongos. What does that rhyme with?
Congo.
Oh,
Yes, nearly.
bongos.
Well, but I just had the
Please
one.
yourself.
Bongo, bongo. No, no, 1,000 times, no. Margaret, I know you're disappointed. Let's have a look. What did you have, Roz?
Well, I thought this covered a multitude of sins.
Magic stick. Yeah, yes.
Margaret, do you realise if I had a shrunken head, the hair I got would fit me?
Yes, you're right.
Stick.
I'm
Magic
going to
stick.
put wand, spear.
Spear, yes. So nobody got it right, Margaret, and there you go. I mean, I'm sure you're disappointed, but I mean, I go through this kind of heart-rending thing every week. And it's probably made me the man I am. Graham, will you join me for the super match, please? It's the old plus twos.
Fire brigade socks.
Fire Brigade socks, ladies and gentlemen. The black regulation issue Fire Brigade socks. And well, you wear them too. Are those your own legs or the... Heavens. Gosh, we could have been looking at Margaret's legs and now we got to look at... Margaret, our sympathies with you and we wish you a safe journey home, and you shall have, to comfort you in the long, dark winter evenings, a blankety blank checkbook and pen. Isn't that terrific?
Terrific, yes.
Thank you, Margaret. This is Graham Oldham from Canakin, Staffordshire, who's after my job and has got the legs for it. Now, the super match, as you well know, we go among a studio audience, we ask them very silly, blankety blank questions, and they give us answers, and they're in ascending order of importance and indeed popularity are the answers they gave us, worth 50, 100, and 150 blanks, and these in turn worth these thrilling prizes. Dry blank. Dry blanks. Look at those. Seedy crowd here.
Meg.
Dry blank.
Cleaning.
Wasn't much help
No,
for you,
no.
was it? Not a teacher.
Ros.
Roz.
And have you got any cheap plane tickets?
I'll talk to you afterwards.
Can we maybe get on, please?
Weather.
Dry weather. We've had dry cleaning, dry weather. Very silly. Yes,
And
I know.
Anita.
Anita. Muscles Harris.
Dry rot.
Noel Gordon says dry cleaning, Graham. Roz says dry weather. And Anita says dry rot. You can take any of their advice or you can go for one of your own.
I'll go for dry cleaning.
All right, sir. Dry cleaning is Graham's choice. And it's 50 blanks then. Dry... Martine? 100 blanks.
Oh.
Dry cleaning. Isn't that what you said?
Oh, yes.
Was it? Did you say dry cleaning? Dry cleaning! Now, that guarantees Graham a tremendously exciting prize. But before we actually get to that, let's have a look and see for 150 blanks what you missed. Try wrong. Anita Harris suggested that, but you can never tell, either with Anita or a studio audience. Now, Graham, I want to get you ready for this. Graham has only won a DIY kit. Huh? Hey? Notice the tremendous applause that got from you.
I didn't know what it was, DIY. It's do-it-yourself, is it?
It is,
I
yes.
see. Oh, yes, very thrilling.
But Graham, that's not the finish of it, because you may come back in the head-to-head and do even better.
Thank you.
Not at all, Graham. Good luck. Maybe see you later. And take your legs with you. Yeah, that's it. Clear off. In one silky movement, he's across to Beryl and Nigel. Beryl, what's your surname?
Kappa.
Beryl Capper. From where?
Winchmore Hill, London.
It's easy to forget.
It's
Winchmore Hill, London.
But I originate from Leeds, you see.
Let's just somebody has to. Aren't you from Leeds, Cryer?
I am indeed, sir.
Well, there
Frequently.
you are. There you are, you see.
That's why I left, actually.
Oh, lovely. Hold him back there, lads. Hold him. Beryl Capper. From Winchmore Hill, formerly of Leeds. And Nigel. Nigel, what's your second name?
Nigel Watts.
Nigel Watts from where?
Plymouth.
Plymouth in Devon. And you're a supporter of the Argyle, are you?
Oh, too true, yes.
And the socks to
Yes.
prove it. And what about a job? What do you do for a crust?
Warrant officer in the submarine service.
Ah, you see at last, a man's man. Now then, Beryl and Nigel, toss the old coin before you came on. Who won the toss?
Beryl.
Good girl,
And
Beryl.
being a lady, she's going first.
Yes, of course. Gentleman to her fingertips. A or B, Beryl?
B for barrel.
B for Beryl. See? That's what being from Yorkshire does. As a kid, I thought that Piccadilly Circus was really a circus, and Eros would be dressed as a blank. Now that is laughably easy, but as soon as I say that, of course, nobody gets it right. Now, as a kid, Beryl, I thought that Piccadilly Circus was really a circus, and Eros would be dressed as a blank. Beryl, as a kid, I thought that Piccadilly Circus was really a circus, and Eros would be dressed as a...
Ringmaster.
As a ringmaster!
I was going to put that.
Through the chair.
I was going to put that. Who did?
He did.
I was going to put that, but I put...
Clown! Yes, it's going to be either clown or ringmaster.
Sorry, Beryl.
Don't be too hard on him.
Oh,
He's
dear.
doing his best. He's not awfully good. It's his best.
Well,
No. This is
Sorry, Beryl.
yes, oh,
not
Beryl.
wrong again.
Yes.
She's slipping.
I know. Well, I've slipped as well.
Yeah.
'Cause I-
Surprised me. that you-
well, there you are.
Send in the clown.
Ross? Oh, Ross
There
says
you are.
clown.
See, that's what comes
Oh,
of being
Beryl.
obvious,
Oh,
you see.
yeah. Alfred says clown. Anita
There you
says...
Why did you look at me like that then, Terry? I saw you then. You looked.
It's only a matter of weeks before you go up on the BBC Christmas tree again, isn't it?
Yes, I know. It's very cold up there too.
Beryl, it's always the same with an easy thing. I thought everybody would give you points there, and fools that they are, they didn't. Nigel, you might have more luck. Here we go. Slack Alice. Now, if he doesn't get this right, there'll be trouble. Slack Alice has had so many facelifts, her blank is now situated in the middle of her forehead. This is from a very old joke of the same name. Slack Alice has had so many facelifts.
That'll be cut.
Turn on your cotton-picking lights there. Anita, everybody's ready. Yes,
sorry, I was just
I'm
having a
sorry. Look, this
dry
whole business is
martini here.
not my idea, this show. I wanted nothing to do with it. Here I am all these years further on,
Still doing nothing with
still
it.
doing nothing with it. It's redundant. Slack Alice has had so many facelifts, her blank is now situated in the middle of her forehead.
Nose.
Her nose? Oh, I wouldn't have said that. I would have said navel. Her navel, I would have said. Not a nose.
What
although
would you
mind
have said, Terry?
I would have said navel, Barry, but only because I saw it written on your
I
name. Her chin.
It's a family show.
Of course it's a family show. Her navel, her navel.
But I don't think it is. But
We're looking for a nose.
that's what she did
Her
have done.
tummy button. Isn't Roz sweet, everybody?
I'm surprised, as Nigel is a naval man, he didn't get...
No, Nigel, it's no excuse for your stupidity.
Right, true.
Oh,
I
yes.
put beauty spot.
Hang on.
I heard that. I put nose.
Nose. She put nose, everybody. That's a point. Yes, friends, another tremendous high-scoring round. Look at that, 1 point. Well, Beryl, you take A or B?
I'll have A. This
You
time
will, of
first.
course. Why wouldn't you? They're all equally foolish. Samson said, Delilah wants to make a good job of cutting my hair. Look, she's got herself a blank. No, Beryl, turn on your lights. And stop. Why is this? Why
Well,
did you
he's
do?
making me cry again, and he keeps hitting me.
It's that sort of party.
Hit someone your own age. Is everybody ready? God, this is fun, isn't it, though? No, it isn't. Beryl, now for goodness sake, Beryl Kappa, this is your chance to really shine and go on and maybe win another DIY kit. Samson said Delilah May wants to make a good job of cutting my hair. Look, she's got herself
A lawnmower.
a lawnmower. That's the answer we're looking for. And I expect none of you people have got anything like it.
What? Scissor.
Never mind that. We'll come to it in a minute.
You're watching a family at war.
What you got?
A scissor or scissors?
Scissor, is it, yeah.
Sorry.
Nothing so far,
Sorry,
Beryl. It
Beryl.
could be
Oh,
a
Beryl.
saw. Well, I'm glad you got a sense of humor, Beryl. That's all I can say. A razor.
Well, yeah. Well, why not?
Still eating the
Still a saw, Nolly. Saw.
Carry on, men. Have we had anything yet? Razor. No. Not zilch so far, Beryl. God. Razor. Don't say this whole rotten business is going to be won by 1 point. It's like the sum.
It's all going along swimmingly, isn't it?
A pair of scissors. Anita Harris, this could be, if you don't say lawnmower here, it means that Nigel has won by
She's not
1
going to say
point.
lawnmower.
You've said razor.
Ah, well, there you are.
And so a shambling broken figure turns to Beryl and Nigel and says, Nigel, there's no point in going on. You've won 1-0. Get out here. Beryl, you've scored no points whatsoever. But you do get our very desirable checkbook and pen.
Lovely.
As soon as we make some more.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Always.
Safe journey home. Thank you, Beryl.
Thank you.
Let's try and recoup what we've lost here. Nigel, super match. Now, Eugene, the upper, yes, good man. It's blank top. Blank top. Now then, Nigel, you've seen this crowd before, haven't you? So you know,
Yes.
you know what they're capable
Yes.
of. Blank top.
Anita.
Anita.
Big top.
Big top.
Alfred.
Alfredo.
Double top.
Double top.
Barry.
Barry, you sighed when you said that. I don't mind.
Tip top.
Been reading too many comics. Barry says tip top, thank goodness. Alfred says double top, and Anita says big top.
Pigsty, tip-top.
You say tip-top. All right, that's what Barry said.
Go.
I think you're a fool to yourself, Nigel.
So do
Come
I.
close to me. I want to show you something. Now, bonjour, Maslow. 50 blanks. Spinning top. Why did nobody think of that? 100 blanks. Tip-top. Well done, Nigel. Now, look, before we tell Nigel what he's won, let's have a look at the 150 blanks. Big time. Anita said that. Little Anita. Well, Nigel, good news is...
Christmas present for the wife.
Yeah. He's only won the DIY kit again. But we in the BBC, not being made of money, we haven't got 2 DIY kits. And Graham got one as well. So, being as how we only have the one, the 2 you'll have to fight it out between you. So, in that case, we have the well-known thriller moment tiebreaker. I bet you didn't think we could sink lower than we have already this evening. I'll ask a question here. Our 2 contestants in this thrilling tiebreaker will write down the answer clearly and distinctly, and then I shall go amongst you, starting with Barry. The minute one of their answers coincides or reconciles itself with yours, the hand will shoot in the air, and they'll go on to something even more exciting than a DIY kit. Now then, write it down, Nigel and Graham, as soon as you got it. The Vicar of St. Wogan said, "That's the last time I hold a special service for the local sewing circle. All they've put in the collection box is a blank." Now, the hint of the question, you don't have to write down anything, gang, I'll move amongst you. It's Nigel and Graham have to write down, stop copying each other. How many DIY kits do you think we have? They've decided to fix it between them. If they win the television, Nigel gets it for 6 months and Graham gets it for 6 months. That's the last time I hold a special service for the local sewing circle. All they've put in the collection box is a...
Needle.
A needle. A needle.
One more one.
Fire a lettuce tuppence. Got it right there. Join me here, Graham, for the head-to-head. Nigel, our commiserations, you nearly went all the way, but you've carried off the DIY kit. Is the wife handy with her hands?
She will be.
Yeah. I should keep it for Christmas and surprise her with it.
Yeah,
Nigel, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Good night. Well, now, gang, this is the old head-to-head, because if whoever Graham picks to match up with, if he matches up, gets it right, he goes on to double the old DIY kit into a fridge freezer. A fridge freezer.
What about the colour television?
The colour television is 300 blanks. You aren't going to get that.
Oh. But we got a fridge freezer.
Never mind. You're going to get another one.
That's where he keeps his socks.
Who would you like to help you? I can see from
Anita.
Anita, why?
She was right last time.
I see,
And
very
I
shrewd.
was wrong.
Very
Right.
shrewd, Judge. Don't go on about it, Graham.
right.
We just pick Anita now and that's it. Okay, now look, Anita,
Yes?
can you possibly stay with us?
Yeah, I was just saying cheers again.
Put the gin down. I shall read out a question and you write down the answer and don't say a little word. All right, it's cottage blank. Cottage blank. Cottage blank. Now then, cottage blank. Are you ready?
I'm ready, yes.
Cottage.
Pie.
Cottage pie. Cottage pie. Anita. Cottage pie. no need for that, Graham. Everybody gets a chance to do that to Anita later on. That means that you've won that fridge freezer you don't want.
I do, no.
Now go on,
We'll
Only.
sell
Don't
it.
pretend to
We'll
me.
sell it.
He'll sell it. Other quiz shows aren't like this. Well, Graham, our congratulations and our thanks to Barry and Nolly and Larry and Roz for the first time. Very welcome. And Alfred and Anita. Until the next time, and I hope you'll join us for another Blankety Blank. Good night.
Well, Terry Wogan will be a guest of Michael Parkinson in his show on Saturday evening, when he'll be joining Andy Williams and his Radio 2 colleague Jimmy Young for late-night conversation and entertainment beginning at 11:20.
On Wednesday, the Borgias sweep onto BBC Two, the spectacular Spanish family who dominated Renaissance Rome. They were led by Rodrigo, Pope Alexander VI.
Beloved son of the church, receive this staff, receive this standard, and know that in love and trust we have appointed you the Lord Juan Borgia, Duke of Gandia, our noble Captain General.
Cesare.
I'll not bow to Brother Juan. Where was he when the French came calling?
Where his duty and our will obliged him to be.
And I was here, putting marrow into your trembling backbone.
If I had married a man, I would have taken his hand and walked with him gladly, wherever he wished, defying God and my family, whatever he wished.
Lucrezia.
What do you want?
What I've always wanted. The glory of this world, not of the next.
The Borgias, the BBC's most ambitious dramatic series ever, begins on Wednesday at 9:25 on BBC Two. The historical background and interviews with the principals are featured in the new Radio Times.
And now on BBC One, Part 5 of John Wyndham's science fiction story, The Day of the Triffids.